welcome back to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. This week we are slightly concerned about the Chicago Fire.
Whoa.
Also, we talk about bad news for a former Chicago Fire player, and one of us survived a near-death experience on a scooter today. It is your job to guess who. Gentlemen, I am FC Neo Tokyo. That is DPG, and that is James. Guys, how are we doing this week?
Scratch that, reverse that. As far as your point, as far as your points, but yeah, we're doing all right. But you know who it might not be doing all right? The old coach for LAFC, because there's a new coach.
Cherundolo.
There's a new coach coming in. Cherundolo out, Vela in.
Well, he's out. He has until the rest of the year technically. So
but yeah, Vela isn't coming. That part is a joke, but Steve Cherundolo is going to step down. I actually don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I kind of feel like I feel cheated because he wasn't available when we hired Greg. I'd rather have Greg. Know, man.
I'd rather have Greg. Are you serious?
Would you? I feel like I've seen this show before with the U.S. men's national team. It just different would have been something. But Steve Cherundolo, one of my favorite players ever. When I was younger, I almost bought a Steve Cherundolo U.S. jersey. Jeez. It was the pre-2010 one, the white one with like the navy little stripes on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know. James says he would have Greg. Who would you rather have, Steve or Greg, at this exact moment?
I think I'll go with Greg. You got to keep in mind that the Fire have been struggling with injuries like crazy.
Oh yeah,
and we just so we're like the ER. So it's it's bad enough that we got the ball boys, starting on the bench. So yeah,
dude, I don't know.
He's from Rockford, Illinois.
Hell yeah, he's from Rockford, Illinois. Yeah. He's the mayor of Hanover. I mean, this man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if he was pushed out.
But he was born in Rockford, but he grew up in San Diego, though.
Shh, doesn't matter.
Yeah, he did. He won state championships. How do you win six state championships?
Well, I mean,
Oh, they won the California State Championship 6 times with him. Oh man, that's.
Oh, he played a club team.
Oh yeah, not a high school, but a club team. Yeah. So you're perfect. So sticking in LA, this is the kind of shithousery I get into. Did you guys see this?
Well, it seems like it's beyond Riqui Puig's call.
You mean a player sticking up for his head coach?
A player who has clashed with ownership, a player who has clashed with the GM, a player who's not afraid to call people out. The one guy who's getting the most call out of any human right now in the league. He's like, nah, he's good.
Hey, if Riqui Puig doesn't want you to leave, then I don't know.
Then you're not gonna leave.
Look at that. Dreadful.
They have not won a game. They have lost. Oh my God. What a wolf.
What is it? Didn't they just won the championship last year?
They most certainly did.
So they're having like a championship hangover?
They're having the opposite of what Wrexham has been going through.
Wrexham is going to find itself in a championship division. And you know what? They might just plateau there.
Well, before we get there, Wrexham right now, is in second place with 2 games to play.
Yep.
Now,
Birmingham's locked up first.
Birmingham's locked it up. Yeah, now, there is a fight. There is a fight for that second automatic promotion spot, but Wrexham have the serve right now, have advantage.
Against Wickham?
Against Wicombe.
No, it's Wickham. It's Wickham.
It's Wickham.
It's Wickham.
I used to call it Wicombe.
It's Wickham Wanderers.
It's Wickham. Yeah. You know how I know that team? I used to pick that team just for shits and giggles in
Yes.
in the older versions of like Football Manager when it used to be called
Mhm.
Championship Manager.
Yep.
Well, you know. Oh, okay, that's too old. I only heard of them when they had Aqua Fenway on their team.
Aki Fenwa.
Yeah.
That's right.
So before we glaze Wrexham, which I believe we should do, I want you to look at Stockport, who is in a playoff position. Now, if you remember, Stockport has done the exact same thing as Wrexham. No,
Who's
that
the
was
owner?
Notts County. My bad. Never mind. Forget it.
Right, never
I
mind.
thought that was Notts County. I'm going crazy. My bad. But
Wrexham
what do
has
you
the
guys
most
think?
draws of the top 7 lately, but Wrexham is the second best team. I mean, Birmingham's Studley. They're going to be going up to the championship, which is great for them.
You gotta
Wrexham
feel
is
for these
also
fans, though.
set up to basically get this automatic spot, which would be great. Wickham will be fighting out with Charlton. That's great for Wickham. I like Wickham.
You know what? You know what?
I
You gotta-
but what this comes down to is how much longer is Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney going to play the game of Yahtzee, the game of rolling the dice, the game of holding the bag for Wrexham before they sell?
They're
But that's
never
the
gonna
thing.
sell.
They are going to sell because you know what? Once you go into championship, now you're going to deal with oil tycoons. You got to deal with royal princes. You got to deal with people, Russian oligarchs. You're going to deal with people that have bags and bags of money. All right? That's what you got to compete with.
What you're missing is they're the face of this thing. There, some oil tycoon's going to buy 80% of the club, and they're going to have 20, and they're going to still be the face.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
If you put it that way, then I could see that happening. But
no, in all seriousness, do you think they could? So I think personally, they're gonna wrap up second, right? Let's just assume they get automatic promotion, and even if they don't, let's assume they win the playoff. To succeed in the championship, do you see them bouncing quickly? I mean, DPG says no, and I tend to agree. I've made the joke that they're going to be stuck there a decade.
So that's going to be a very interesting game. That's a very interesting game, Wrexham versus Charlton, because both those teams are playing for that last spot. That can very well be that can very well decide.
Well, Charlton will get 85 points max, and Wrexham would still be up top, but it could pave the way for Wickham.
Yeah,
it could.
I mean, right through.
That's a fight right there because Stockport's not out of this either. 5 points in 2 games.
Stockport, unless Wrexham and Wickham and Charlton lose their next. Well, you can't even do that anymore because Wrexham is gonna.
Oh, you're right. Because Wrexham.
Yeah. So it's who's Wrexham? What's the last game they're playing against? Because that's.
That's gonna matter, isn't it?
Lincoln City.
Lincoln City. What's the standing of Lincoln City?
I think
we're with Lincoln. Like we know anything about Lincoln City. They're right in the middle. You blew right past them.
Yeah. Okay. So
they're capable.
They're capable.
Right. They're capable.
It could be a trap game. But you know what? The biggest celebration that these fans have is when Wrexham was playing in the championship division. That was like the pinnacle of success for Wrexham. So to get back there, that's an achievement on its own again. Now, if like you guys were talking about Premier League, that is gonna blow the top off this thing, completely. Now you're gonna have a bunch of American fans, besides the ones that are already Wrexham fans. Like you're gonna see more Wrexham jerseys walking around the streets.
So do we think? Because I mean, how long will it take to get to the Premiership? Because let's be honest, every year one of those relegated teams from the Premiership looks like a god in the Championship the next season.
Wickham's got a tough schedule. They got Leyton Orient and Wickham. I'm sorry, and Stockport. And those guys were they're both top 8.
Look. They got lit up last game against Charlton. 4-0.
Oh, that was early in the season.
And that's Wickham.
No. That was just a few days ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Monday, April 21st.
Oh, you're right.
4-0, and Charlton had a red card.
Well, late.
Who is Wrexham playing next?
They're Charleston, right?
Charlton, yeah.
Wow, Charlton's on a tear.
Oh man, this is gonna get interesting. We're gonna have to check back in next week.
Chukwuemeka gets a red card, and they still win 4-0.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. This is the joys of Pro Rel, man. This is what we're missing out on.
You know what? I might just watch that game. Actually, I think I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna try to watch that game.
Which game?
You know, I think Wrexham, if they win on Saturday, I think it's a done deal.
Oh, guaranteed if they win. James, how many years in this championship for Wrexham?
That's going to be at 11:30 a.m. So you should be able to see that.
Yeah, how do you watch this stuff? Hell, Paramount Plus, baby.
Yes.
Sickos win again.
That's the only reason why I got Paramount Plus, just to watch the Nations Cup and soccer.
Yeah, the Nations League, and now it's turned into the home of all soccer for my life, right? But talking about the home of soccer, I had to send this over to the group chat when I saw this. With all the hand wringing about the Apple deal, the Bulls and the Blackhawks did the same shit, and it's not working.
It's just not working. There's all these separate, disparate services, and like for NFL, I'm like, why do I need to have Amazon and then Paramount and then YouTube TV and then like I can only it's just bullshit. Like, just let me watch all the fucking games.
Yeah, well, everybody was mad. Like the conversation at work wasn't how the Bulls were gonna do, even though they got blown out. It was, how am I gonna watch this game?
How?
That was how.
Unless it's playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. It's what that was what the conversation was. Which
same
they
for
got
Blackhawks. Blackhawks are so hard to watch. They're hard to watch already. I mean, like, the team's bad, and they're hard to watch because you can't find them on TV.
So does the
NHL
NHL
hard to watch?
Like,
you know what's hard to watch is the Cubs, unless you pay $20 a month.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't watch the Cubs. I don't watch I don't watch none of this no more because it's too hard. You know, like
the Bulls lost the play-in tournament already. It's over.
Yeah, they got smoked. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, like I said, everybody.
How are the Clippers doing? Because my brother-in-law is a big Clippers fan.
No, we're not talking about the Clippers.
They play tomorrow night. Okay.
Oh,
tied
God.
1-1.
Oh man.
Jokic?
Who's your favorite James Bond?
Okay.
That's a good question. We're gonna get into it. Sean Connery, David Niven, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, and who knows who's next? It could be.
You know what? Out of that whole entire list, the one guy that sticks out that I have no idea who they are is that David Niven guy. I have no idea who he is.
Magister
the name.
Is that Majesty? No, it's Casino Royale. That's not a real Bond
The original.
film.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
a parody.
So this is like a parody. It's
weird.
loosely based on the 1953 novel by first novel to feature. It stars as Sir James Bond 007. But it's really not. Dr. No is the first true James Bond movie.
So I remember as a kid, and this is like in the mid-90s, and I don't know if you guys remember TBS, if you had cable back in the day, TBS, the Superstation. On the weekends, they went through a whole Bond marathon. I guess they were prepping for GoldenEye release. And I remember, I think I was watching something else, and then the first Bond movie comes on. I just see the barrel scene at the beginning of the Bond's film, and I'm like, "What is this?" And I kept watching, and that movie ended. The next one started. I'm like, "Oh crap, another one with the barrel." and that's but you know what? That's how I kind of became a fan of James Bond. Was I had no idea what I was watching, and you know, at first it started off with Sean Connery. Then I do recall seeing like George Lazenby, and I'm like, who is this guy? He doesn't look like James
on
Bond.
Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah, so I have the timeline pulled up right here. So Dr. No's the very first one, and of course that's Sean Connery. from Russia with
Oh,
Love.
Connery was the first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. No from Russia with, and by the way, Dr. No's where like dun 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 dun. That's where that comes from. It's Dr. No's soundtrack is dun 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 dun.
I remember from Russia with Love too. I remember Goldfinger, Thunderball.
Goldfinger, Thunderball. So Casino Royale. So Casino Royale, what we pointed out was that's the first deviation, and so this is the end of the current run for Sean Connery at first, because it becomes Casino Royale, and then You Only Live Twice, which is two new different Bonds. Casino Royale is not really considered a Bond movie. You Only Live Twice is, even though Casino Royale does have Casino Royale, it's later. I mean,
they remade it.
They remade it, and they made it Casino Royale.
Craig guy, right?
But it doesn't really count. But You Only Live Twice does count with George. You Only Live Twice. Wait, that
was a Sean Connery.
I like how we just
right
jumped into this.
Right in the middle of it, between and On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Oh my goodness! No wonder people were upset. On Her Majesty's Secret Service comes in George Lazenby, and it's a good picture. But
it was a one hit. It was just a one movie and out. Like I was surprised. Like they didn't keep George Lazenby after this. Sean Connery returned after this.
It's actually not a bad flick. I've seen all the Bonds recently. I got them all.
So I don't really recall George Lazenby's performance, but I have seen in the comment section how people were saying that it was underrated. Like his performance was underrated.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but I think it's going to bring us to our favorite Bonds, because. Would any of you say Sean Connery is your favorite Bond? Because he's definitely
know what? It's hard for me to pick a favorite out of all of them, because they all kind of brought something different to the table. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid. It is. And the reason I say is because Sean Connery was like that smooth, calm, and collective type.
And he's always
Roger Moore.
He is Bond in a way. Like
So and then Roger Moore,
to Live and Let Die.
Roger Moore had like those excellent one-liners. Like he might have been a little cheesy, but it's Roger Moore. You know, he had those like one-liners that were kind of like a dark joke. You know,
Roger Moore had some of those zinger one-liners. Absolutely. Spy Loved Me, Moonraker.
The Man with the Golden Gun was my favorite. The Man with the Golden Gun.
When he takes on
Scaramanga. Golden Gun's your favorite?
You know why?
When he takes on Scaramanga.
Because you had Christopher Lee playing as Scaramanga.
That was crazy.
Like, you know.
Now I think might be the time for me to admit I've only ever seen one Bond movie in my entire life, and it's the one where Pierce Brosnan is fighting on a giant satellite dish.
Goldfinger.
Oh, that was GoldenEye.
Goldfinger.
But here's the thing. So Roger Moore had like this excellent James Bond run, and I think a lot of people. It's always a debate between Sean Connery and Roger Moore.
Yeah.
But if you kind of look deeper, but a lot of people said Roger Moore was kind of more of a cheesy Bondish, but he was still Bond to me.
He was. But Connery was cheesy too.
Connery was cheesy, but Connery had that almost like that flair charisma type, like low key,
Connery had a roughness where I feel like Moore had a suaveness.
Yes. And you know what? And then we get to Timothy Dalton. He had those two films. The craziest thing is I remember as a kid, I didn't really like the Timothy Dalton. I mean, I don't know why as a kid.
The Living Daylights, right?
I really appreciate it, though. I really appreciate it. And then I come to find out, the guy that wrote the James Bond novels, actually, Timothy Dalton fits the description of what James Bond was supposed to be. If you ever get a chance to watch the Timothy Dalton Bond movies, they tend to be more serious. He's a more cold version of Bond. But that was what Ian Fleming wanted. That was like Timothy Dalton represents what Bond is from the novel perspective.
Have you seen this movie yet?
I have.
This is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. You're talking about Ian Fleming. Well, guess what? He's in this film.
That was a good movie.
Right there. So let's see. Ian Fleming, Lieutenant Commander. Freddie Fox as Lieutenant Commander Ian Fleming. So this movie to make long and short of it, is about a secret op that happened under back in World War II under Winston Churchill. And who was involved? None other than Ian Fleming. And also, Gus March Phillips is considered the inspiration for James Bond.
Hold on. So,
and he's played by Henry Cavill.
There's another.
Hope he becomes James Bond.
There's another fun side. So I saw this the other day. So Christopher Lee was actually in the SAS during World War II, and him and Ian Fleming, I think they're step cousins. Some people said that Ian Fleming got the inspiration as a Bond from Christopher Lee, or at least some of the stuff that he went through as an SAS operative during World War II.
Christopher Lee had to coach the director of Lord of the Rings, Stephen Jackson, about how to correctly stab a guy in the back and what it sounds like, because he knows.
There you go. See? So there you go. And Christopher Lee's an amazing actor. Like
I hope you understand. Christopher Lee put out a metal album in his 80s or 60s, 70s, something. But yeah, that exists.
One of the greatest things about having Christopher Lee play Saruman,
so it's crazy.
He was a phenomenal actor. Is that he had so much expertise
this man got the training from
so many areas
how to do that from World War II.
The actual film.
Okay, so hold on. You guys are putting
Professor Tolkien. But in the scene where he gets killed, Peter Jackson initially wanted him to make a bit of a scream when he gets stabbed. But Christopher, having been in both World War II and worked with the British Secret Services, he knew that that's not how it sounds if you get stabbed.
So I started to go into this long explanation about what sort of sound he should make when he got stabbed.
Christopher Lee was like the real life James Bond, basically.
Of what kind of noise happens when somebody is stabbed in the back? And I said, well, because I do.
I
like that.
It's not like that.
I like that. It's
oh my god.
Man, that man's a legend. I don't care what anybody says. That man's a legend. Legendary. I know what. Okay, so. You got Timothy Dalton, then you got the cool, calm, collective Pierce Brosnan. I love GoldenEye, but I just think that the after GoldenEye, the Pierce Brosnan James Bond films just kind of sucked. They were too over the top for me.
How could they suck? They had Halle Berry in one of them.
It became too over the top for me. And then Daniel Craig basically became what Timothy Dalton was. That's why I say Timothy Dalton was way ahead of his time, because Daniel Craig plays like a very cold, cold Bond that seems like he's fighting demons. Basically, what Timothy Dalton did, with those two films.
I really do. I would say he's probably my second or third favorite Bond. It is that actor. Quantum of Solace, love. Skyfall, amazing. Spectre, was good. I love Casino Royale. The funny thing is the bads for Skyfall and for Spectre, some of the best bads. Javier Bardem, for Skyfall, and then you have what's his face. From
I know
from
Queen,
from Quentin Tarantino's favorite movie.
No, it was also the guy that played not Eddie,
Christoph Waltz,
Freddie Mercury. Yeah, you had him, and you had the guy that played Freddie Mercury in the Queen.
Wow.
Oh, the Mr. Robot guy.
Ralph Fiennes in
He's
this.
in Until Dawn.
James Bond definitely pulls off some excellent actors. And by the way, Daniel Craig in real life, I have a friend who knows a friend. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. Absolutely awesome.
All right, so you guys have avoided the question.
Married to Rachel Weisz. Great lady. Never heard from the Mummy?
Like I said, I can't pick one because, they all kind of have its own unique place in my heart. Like Sean Connery kicked it off for me. Roger Moore made me laugh at some dark jokes.
There's got to be another Bond soon too. Look at this gap.
There got to be another Bond film. I'm waiting for the guy whoever becomes Bond next.
Henry Cavill. That's my vote.
I want to see. I want to see the freaking barrel again with the guy walking across and the classic.
Are you reading what I'm pointing out? I was just saying Gus March Phillips is the inspiration for James Bond, which Ian Fleming knew Gus March Phillips. He died during World War II.
Yep.
And Henry Cavill played him in the movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is, by the way, fun little popcorn movie. Recommend checking it out, like on a Friday night with some popcorn.
Alan Richardson was like funny as hell in that movie.
Dude, he was sick. He's American. I was like, this guy's American? Yeah. He's an amazing actor. He was killing it. Alan Richardson.
Isn't that Superman?
Alex Pettyfer was only
He did Blue Mountain State.
Isa Gonzalez killed it as Marjorie Stewart. Babs was fantastic as her friend, Richard. Carrie Ool, when Carrie Ools was there, I was
you don't know who Carrie Ools?
You know Carrie Ools. He's literally
Robin Hood,
Robin Hood, Men in Tights, Princess Bride.
Okay. I didn't know that's who that was.
This movie is sick. This movie is sick. I highly.
All right, so hold on.
Fun movie.
Before we end the segment, which I love that we went on this James Bond just out of nowhere. What movie would you recommend to me, a guy who is, let's say I've never seen any because that I don't remember anything except for the satellite dish.
Okay.
From the movie I saw.
I will probably give you 5 movies. I'm sorry. Because I can't pick a favorite. I'll pick one from each actor that you should check out. If it's Sean Connery, I think you got to start off with Dr. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I was going to say that. Yes.
If it's Roger Moore. Okay. So if it's Roger Moore, you got to go with the man with the golden gun.
Okay.
All right. Timothy Dalton. I think it was License to Kill. That's probably the one you'll check. And then Pierce Brosnan, you got to go with GoldenEye. GoldenEye is like that's a movie that made Pierce Brosnan. And then Daniel Craig. I think Daniel Craig. What are you thinking, James? Casino Royale?
I don't know how you don't watch the first 3, right? So
he said the first 3.
You know what?
So Dr. No, From Russia with Love, which by the way, people, you might maybe take a break, like if you need to take a break during From Russia with Love, but get through From Russia with Love, and then Goldfinger and Goldfinger. So start there.
Goldfinger brought like the classic. Scene where they got James Bond tied to the table and they're putting that laser and the guy's like James Bond is like do you expect me to talk? And the guy's like straight up says, no, I expect you to die.
I expect you to die. So Thunderball.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to. Simpsons parodied it so much too. Thunderball, it's skippable. And so is Octopussy, which is Thunderball 2.
Oh, is that the one with they go to space?
No. Octopussy and Thunderball are the same.
Moonraker was the one.
Are basically the same movie. They're just like underwater. Pick one of them, and it's like kind of like filler Bond.
Moonraker is kind of like one that I would probably.
Essential Bond though is definitely, I would say, Dr. No, From Russia, and Goldfinger. That's essential Bond. Thunderball you could skip. Casino Royale from '67 you could skip. You Only Live Twice. You might need to pop that one in.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
To watch every single one.
No, I'm not. I think You Only Live Twice is one you might have to pop in because it's fantastic. It's another good one. It's Honor Majesty Secret Service is skippable, but I'm telling you. All right, so skippable. Thunderball, Casino Royale from '67, skippable. Honor Majesty Secret Service. Diamonds Are Forever is almost skippable. If you're already Sean Connery'd out, Diamonds Are Forever.
You can skip it.
It is skippable. Don't skip the song. Don't skip the intro song. Diamonds Are Forever.
Forever. Yep. Every Bond movie has an intro song.
It might be it's top 5 as far as songs, but the movie itself is Live and Let Die. You must see.
That had an amazing song.
Oh, it's Paul McCartney. It's a Beatle.
Yes.
Live and Let Die.
Oh, that's what that song is from?
It's literally what the song's from. Live and Let Die.
I first heard that when Alice in Chains, or not Alice in Chains. Guns N' Roses covered it.
Man with a Golden Gun, I'm going to say it's skippable. However, DPG will say,
gonna hit you
will
if you
say
say
he's
that.
not.
Yeah,
I would
know.
say pick one between Live and Let Die or Man and the Golden Gun, and you'll love either one. Like,
So if you played GoldenEye back in the
two.
day, have you played GoldenEye and multiplayer back in the day on Nintendo 64? Oh my god! As soon as somebody got the Golden Gun, everybody freaking bricked it out of there. Like everybody ran away from the man with the Golden Gun because it was a one-shot kill. He could shoot you in the arm and you died. You know,
that's hilarious. All right, gentlemen, I think we need to get back to soccer on our soccer podcast. So let's take a break here.
All right. Let's take a look. This is the community-led tier list. This is not us. So we'll end here. So they say that essential viewing is Goldfinger, Casino Royale, From Russia with Love. Oh, that's right. Skyfall, which is the new actor.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
I'm sorry. And what is this? I can't tell what that is. The first James Bond. That's Dr. No. That's Dr. No. And then on Her Majesty's Secret Service, they're saying is Masterpiece. I was not putting it up there. I was not putting that up there.
So basically, everyone has a different opinion on all of this.
Yes. I would put GoldenEye in Masterpiece. Yes.
Yes.
GoldenEye
was like. See how many Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies are in the bottom because they're shit.
Yeah,
but the only good one was
GoldenEye.
So the one good one was God tier, and the rest were just garbage.
Pretty much for Pierce Brosnan, even though he's my favorite Bond. Like him as Bond, he's the quintessential Bond. It's the story. All right, there is one good story when where's that super hot chick who's secretly dating the guy with the bullet break going into his brain, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's not Christmas Jones. That's different. But that one was really good. Maybe that's Tomorrow Never Dies. No, that's Tomorrow Never Dies is when he's going against going against the news journalist.
They put
on a nuclear sub.
They put A View to Kill on man. That's the one with Christopher. That's the one with Christopher Walken as the bad guy. And they got the blimp.
This is a tier. This is community. See, that's the thing. Sometimes community tier list and individual tier list can differentiate right there, and that's what makes it so fun. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite bonds are. We want to hear at least your top 5. If you want more, let us know. And what's your bottom 5 too? What's the worst bonds? Love to hear it.
Enough.
Oh.
Bro, I'm surprised you guys never seen that, man. I saw it the first time and I couldn't stop laughing, man.
Oh my gosh. I just love King Tut. That's Steve Martin.
Oh my God.
Back in the 70s. All right, we're trying to cover the fire here.
Let's do this.
Chicago Fire go down 3-2.
Wait, you gonna count us in?
We're already live. 3, 2, 1, you're live.
All right, so Chicago Fire this week lost 3-2. What the hell happened this week? What the hell is happening?
The greatest podcast ever.
I let you guys talk about James Bond for 6 hours. Shit goes off the rails.
Hey, don't cross the line, brother.
Hey, the Fire is still in the playoff spot, right?
Yeah, we're in
barely.
8th. We're barely, but you know what? What did I say? This was going to be a schizophrenic season. But anyway, we lost 2-3 to FC Cincinnati. I have thoughts about the game itself. DPG, do you have thoughts about said game?
Oh fuck! Besides the fact that the Fire couldn't get anything together and they were missing chances after chances, like oh my god, it's typical Fire stuff. Missing open sitters, not sitters. I wouldn't say that, but one-on-one shots with the goalkeeper.
Yes.
They couldn't get anything going. Honestly, honestly, the defense is I call the defense Swiss cheese last week.
Yes, they've been Swiss cheese all season.
They've been Swiss cheese, man. It's
been tough,
man.
Well, I mean, I honestly, they were the better team to start that game, and then all of a sudden the ref steals kicks our player down, and then
that's the problem with that ref. He kept getting in the way. Like the guy acted like that was his first professional game. Like he kept getting in the way.
It was atrocious. It was almost as bad as the week before where they decided to yellow card every human who breathed near Messi. But like, dude, it was ridiculous. So then we looked like crap for a while. Then we started getting our groove back, and then they score then they score another goal, and it's like there was multiple times during this game we looked like the better team.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we have to freaking capital. And that, you know what? This is why I say we need a real playmaker, because honestly, the Fire kept playing on the wings. Like there is no midfield play whatsoever. It's just pass it to the wing, pass it to Bamba, or pass it to Zinc, and teams are catching on to that. Like you,
Boy, we started Mauricio Pineda in the middle. Look at who Cincy had. Evander, which I remember screaming about having him on our couple months in a row.
Yeah,
but
so
that's okay.
Would you rather have Evander or Kevin De Bruyne?
Almost Evander.
Well, what if you end up with neither?
Unless Kevin De Bruyne like sets up the team in the midfield, and I'm good for it. I honestly think that we do need a better playmaker, because I don't think Guti is. I don't think any of our midfielders are great playmakers. That's the problem. You need an actual playmaker. If Greg wants to fucking play on the wings, then we're gonna keep losing and we're gonna keep drawing games because teams are catching on to us. It's not like we have the best wingers in the league. Bamba's pretty good, but then Zinc is like hit or miss. And we need a backup striker badly, because
I mean, Hugo played well, but like, yeah, when you're pushing for another goal and you want some fresh legs, you gotta get somebody who can score a goal, man.
Yeah, because I was almost expecting what's his face to go on the field.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I turned to my buddy in the crowd and I said, I swear to God, if they put Tom Barlow in this game, I'm gonna fucking scream.
You know what? I'm thinking, oh man, Tom Barlow's gonna come in any moment now. Like even Haile Selassie didn't do anything. It's just, I don't know. It's just
no, Selassie just seems off. And then who didn't play well again was Acosta.
Selassie wasn't good last year, guys. Need I remind you?
Yeah, he wasn't. And I'm sorry, who was the guy you're mentioning?
Acosta. Acosta has not played well at all this season. Really.
He hasn't played well for a long time.
I mean, he's hurt. I get it, but you know what I mean? Look, he came in later in the game and got a yellow.
Don't get me started with the new guy, number 42, Ta Angie Innocent. Yeah, you're not innocent.
DJ. Just DJ.
Yeah, I'll just say DJ. I'm gonna say this. I never seen someone give up so many passes, so many balls. Like this man kept freaking creating turnovers and turnovers after turnovers. I mean, get that you're new.
He's been in the States for 10 days. You know what I mean?
Either way, you don't forget how to play soccer in 10 days.
No, but you have no jive with your team yet. Also, before we rag more on DJ, before I forget, I have to mention. Oh man, so I know. Apparently, a part of this new fascist regime, it's not cool to criticize Greg. But was it really worth putting Teran in danger like that? He's done. He's done.
I think he might be out for the season because I just seen the stretcher. I seen that stretcher coming in. I'm like, yep, he's done.
And then he didn't take the stretcher.
What happened to
Teran? He tried to walk it up.
Wait, what happened to Teran?
He made a clearance, but it was so erratic. Like he swung that leg hard as hell that he might have messed it up somehow.
His leg?
He was laid. His leg. He was laid out on that by the corner kick flag for a while.
I couldn't see. Yeah, I couldn't see from where I was. I
saw as soon as I saw the stretcher being brought out. I seen those guys running with the stretcher, and I'm like, oh crap, this is it. It's over for Teran. He's out.
I don't know why he didn't get on the stretcher. He just creeped around the back of the goal and it's just dog, this isn't. Stop. So like,
Man,
like why risk Teran like that? Like, and if Sam Rogers is still hurt, he risked him too. Like, I mean, I know our only other option is Gonzalez or some kid, but like, man, like, I don't know. And I guess that really opens up like, so you were complaining about DJ. So I guess it's all mixed. The defensive problems, DJ, Kevin De Bruyne. So I saw a lot of people after this game basically be like, we have to eat our vegetables. We're not signing Kevin De Bruyne. We need a defenseman. So I believe in my soul we could do both. But gentlemen, what do you think? Who would you rather want? Would you rather a VVD or what?
KVD. I mean, I got it. I said that really fast.
Virgil van Dijk. I was right the first time.
All right, but here I'm gonna say this: if we had a great attack with a great midfield that actually creates plays, we wouldn't have to worry so much about the defense. Because teams will be more busy trying to lock down our midfield and our attackers than they are about attacking us. Right? There are teams in this league and teams worldwide that play a very misbalanced format where you have great attackers, great attacking football, but crappy defenders.
So we're good enough on offense. You'd rather double down than try and like be mediocre across the board.
Exactly.
Okay. James, what do you want on your Christmas wish list? KDB, defender?
Julian Gressel. I want my team to get better. Like, Julian Gressel gets my team better. Like, what is going on here?
So wait. I mean, but if you see, you could be greedy now because if you sign Julian Gressel, else.
Julian Gressel would be fantastic on this team. You could put him in over Gutman, not Leandro Barroso, but you could easily put him over.
Something's going on with Miami because if they're trying to get rid of Julian Gressel,
that's crazy.
And there's
something's going on.
And then Tom Bogart was just reporting that Robert Taylor was traded.
Taylor?
No.
Robert Taylor was acquired by Austin FC for 700 GAM.
Dude, they just sold somebody else too. They literally just got rid of somebody. That guy
right there.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's Robert Taylor.
They're trying to get KDB, guys. They're trying to steal KDB.
Do you? Well, I mean, where do you stick KDB? Like in front of Busquets? Like do a diamond?
Fucking where? Anywhere. You KDB is a player you could put anywhere. You could put him in goalie, and he would be just as effective.
The problem is that
he will dominate. He would.
Is that Miami?
Dominate.
Miami is trying to. I won't be surprised if these moves are trying to get Miami to be roster compliant.
You think by the end of the transfer window they won't be compliant as is, let alone they want to sign somebody? Okay, I feel you.
So come on, they got 500. So they got rid of Robert Taylor, they got rid of Julian Gressel, and I'm sure both those guys are eating up a chunk of that roster salary.
Well,
cap,
Taylor has been kind of a flop from what I understood from the scuttlebutt that I heard, and so like they feel like they put one over on him.
They're looking at Angel Di Maria.
Oh, Di Maria. Well, Di Maria's 40 years old. Why would you sign him? You laughed. No, he's legitimately like 39 years old.
Yeah, he is actually.
Like
at that point, you might want to just consider.
Di Maria is the reason Freddie Adu's career didn't take off at Benfica. Like, seriously.
I mean, at that point, if you're looking at 39 years old, you might as well just add Cristiano Ronaldo in the mix.
Better than Thomas Muller. Anyway, I cannot take any slow Germans on this team. I can't. I just emotionally not ready for it. But you know what? You kind of convinced me, DPG. I was like kind of in the camp of like, well, why don't we sign, Virgil van Dijk? Or we're going to have to pilfer another MLS team for a center back again and then get like KDB, right?
So put it like this. What makes Miami so great?
Their offense, 100%.
Their offense, 100%.
Luis Suarez, Messi, they come, even if they're losing, they can come right back.
Yeah, and you think they care about that defense? They got a bunch of like rookies in the back line just hanging out.
Well, they got Jordi Alba back there too, man.
Oh yeah, that one guy, and wasn't he on the bench last time?
Yes, he started the game on the bench. Him and I don't even remember now. That was partying, man. That was weeks ago. And but seriously, like that's where we are. Like we have like I'm kind of shocked we didn't sign anybody before the end of this window as far as a center back. Like there's got to be fire 2 players playing well at center back. I don't know. Like whatever happened to Wyatt Omsberg? Is he still alive?
So this goes into our special. We Token I filmed a little special. You can check it out on our channel, Enemies of the Fire, where we talk about Eric Ronaldo's recent YouTube video about what's wrong with MLS. But take a look at this, guys. Like literally in the last 24 hours, there's been some crazy moves in MLS. And you want to know why? It's because we're not in line with the calendar for all the rest of the world. Meanwhile, right now, today, we're making moves. We're signing decent people, or they're preparing to, because those guys' contracts are coming up right now.
Yep.
And it also highlights the other issue, which is, what if you lose a key guy in the middle of summer? Destroys your playoff hunt. It destroys your playoff push. It's MLS schedule needs to change.
Well, you say that like it's like it doesn't happen in another sense. How many relegation battled teams or teams, 1 or 2 teams above the line, get their best player pilfered and then that team drops?
Yeah, but when does that happen? In January?
Midway through their season.
January, right? When the rest of the world is also available to have transfers, where MLS is like this like lone goose. Like, if there's a goose and they're all flying in a flock, MLS is by itself. And I don't know if you ever watched Mighty Ducks 2, but if you're not in a flock, the ducks get fucked.
Wow.
Flying V, boys. Flying V.
I don't know if you watched the right movie. Anyway. Honestly, there's no way we cannot sign a center back, right? So now we have to look at people out of contract.
If we sign a center back, we can't break the bank. Like, I don't care if it's an MLS guy. If you want to,
you don't want to break the bank for a center back. Why not?
Because you want to break the bank on a midfielder that's going to be a playmaker. That's going to be a game changer.
Listen, we have 17 dudes in the midfield injured. Like, what happens when everybody's healthy?
Guys, the Fire signed Dje Already. Meanwhile, Minnesota went and got Julian Gressel.
Hold on. Okay, there is a whole universe of time in the Major League Soccer where a billion people would have descended on you and screamed because
what about Robert Taylor? Could have picked up Robert Taylor. Instead, you picked up Dje Already, who DPG pointed out last game, lost. So lost.
You guys literally aren't going to give that dude.
One of his giveaways.
Hold on. That
one
guy
of his
is like
giveaways
19
led
years
to
old.
a goal. One of his giveaways led to a goal.
Yes, he's a kid. He's gonna make mistakes. Like,
then why are we even buying?
Why are we paying for those mistakes?
Because his potential is so sky high. He's gonna come here.
Really? Because the potential I saw on the field was him doing a lot of giveaways.
And this goes back to our Eric Ronaldo show where we watched before, where, okay, if you're really good at pass the ball backwards 90 out of 91 times, and that one pass forward is the one pass that gets intercepted, then what kind of soccer player are you really?
I can't believe you get so down on this
honestly, another thing too is like Orel was like a back passer, like constantly passing. Like, no, man, you're a midfielder. You got to create chances. If you can't create chances, then find someone else that can.
Do you want any of these kids to develop? Of course, he's a back passer. He's terrified to pass it forward. because listen,
Chicago paid $4 million for this guy.
He's so young, like he's gonna get smacked in the back of the head by Bamba. Like it just.
Where's our Shaqiri news? Where's that Shaqiri pick?
That was from last week. Shaqiri was last week.
Shaqiri's dominating. No, he's doing even more.
Yeah, he's going to win the Golden Boot, by the way. Basel won their first title in like 15 years, and he's going to win the Golden Boot. That's what Shaqiri's doing right now. Do we want that back?
I mean, should we have let the walk out the door?
You know my opinion. I kept talking about trying to find a way to make it work as opposed to just cutting and running. But
14 goals in 17. What if the Swiss League is far inferior to MLS?
Facts. All of the flameouts on the Fire play well in the Swiss League when they go to Lugano.
All of them. And meanwhile,
Shabilko out here banging in goals.
MLS, tough. Swiss League, easy.
MLS has got the physicality of the Premier League, and it's starting to get some of the technicality
of the championship.
That's still not that bad.
No, it's not.
And so like I don't know, man. I'm screaming from the rooftops. I think we can do both because it's a DP. No matter what, his salary cap is the exact same as what it's going to be. So pay Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know. Pay Kevin De Bruyne enough for him to start his own fucking space program. But sign Kevin De Bruyne and then also get a center back. Like we need someone to play defense. Because
why
Jack
are you trying to make him out? Why are you trying to make him out as a James Bond villain? Start his own pace program. What?
Keeping with the Bond thing. Oh my God, James, we can live edit this. James, I need your help to make a thumbnail. We're gonna need like that Bond shit going on.
Fumble the bag.
Anyway.
I have fumbled the bag.
So seriously, what do we pilfer an MLS team or do we sign a center back? It has to happen.
We're gonna have to sign somebody. I mean, we got to make a couple of changes. Some guys are not just working out anymore.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that we just have too many injuries and nobody's in a flow.
Many injuries.
This team has no flow. Mauricio Pineda is the center of the park. And this team has no flow.
And as you pointed out, is Acosta really the guy going forward? I don't think so. It
either is just a nagging injury this whole season. Or something because he was good last year and he's just not.
He was good on a bad team last year, but what if he's bad on a good team this year?
What's the contract? What's his contract details for Acosta?
Oh, I guarantee he's got one more, or else we'd already be talking.
He's got
about
one more candle left in him.
All right.
So, gentlemen, what
should they do
How
with that?
How did you feel after this game? Because this is the first time this season I felt like, oh crap, we're kind of in trouble.
Wait a second. This is the first season where you're like, oh, we have a chance and we're kind of in trouble. Because every other season, 5-8 games in, we know, this team's doomed. This team's doomed. We're hanging in. This team has a chance. They might be tumbling out of a playoff spot right now, but to be honest, this team's coached by Greg Berhalter, where the other teams weren't. And that is a leg up on the competition in so many ways. And the fact that he can look at Zinkernels, Kuipers, Bamba, and be like, all right, I'll figure them out. And then Orahel, Pineda, Gutierrez, which, holy shit, what a crazy, that's a bad midfield. Orahel, Pineda, Gutierrez, that's a bad midfield.
And you're talking about the midfield. Look, we talk about the back line. I forgot Glasgow has played decent enough that you forget that Glasgow's playing fucking right back.
Glasgow's not right back. He's tiny.
You need Barroso back there.
You need Barroso back. Teran, you said, is done. Elliott not cutting it. It's really defense has been the worst spot. I gotta say, Orahel typically respectable for a 19, 20-year-old like this season. But
yes,
it's the middle. 100. But we're entering the middle third of the season. Guti been stepping up lately. In fact, got a goal last game. Like Guti.
Well, wait.
Doing what we
you
need
talk
to
about
do.
the goal. Why is Guti the one taking PKs? I know for the most part, like, is it because Hugo's missed one or two? Like, why does Guti take the PKs and not Hugo?
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either, man.
You guys like that? I mean, I didn't
What about
hate
Bamba?
it, but
I don't know why Bamba couldn't be taking these PKs.
Bamba is not a goal scorer, man. He is
Clearly,
not a
he's
goal
not.
scorer.
Clearly, he's not.
I mean, he's a facilitator. He's a hell of a facilitator. Like that, we need that on the team. But he's not the one to take penalties, man.
I gotta say,
know.
our goalkeeper, we got a plus goalkeeper in Brady. Brady makes up for the deficit that is this back line. This back line, Glasgow it should not be here. Teran and Elliott, abysmal together.
I'm still not sold on.
Gutman,
I'm still not sold on Glasgow.
And Gutman, I've been giving him Raz all season, although he's scored at least 2 goals that have been really key to wins.
Gutman has done a decent job.
He's been where he needs to be. I like Barroso.
He's solid enough.
Gutman's been solid enough. The big problem is these 2 center backs, Teran and Elliott. Like, you need to get more solid back there. Brady's solid. Orahel solid enough, Guti solid enough, Kuipers, Bamba, Zinkerno. Pineda's solid enough for a job. Like, you can fill in a job there, but man,
Pineda's
that's a
good
big
for off the bench.
Yeah, but that's a big middle. I think he might be past his time for midfield. He might still be capable of doing defense, but midfield might be too big a job.
That's
for
Pineda. Where you're gonna see him back there, man, because Gonzalez has been shambolic in the few minutes he's played.
Oh my God.
And Sam Rogers is coming around, but like Sam Rogers, I mean, he's okay, but I feel like Jack Elliott has not been up to snuff.
No,
at least not to the billing.
Our entire defense, both our center backs, Sam Rogers, all of them, Elliott, Omar Gonzalez, the center backs have been the block of which this whole Jenga tower falls apart.
So Sam Rogers came into the game and he didn't do anything. Like I think he might have messed up a pass or something that caused another goal. So like
he wasn't awesome. I mean, it's funny we've talked so much. Brady is so good that we just give it that he's really good. We just don't even ever mention his name. But James brought him up and I was like, holy shit, that's right. We had a goalkeeper. Like Brady is thankfully on his shit, but my big question for you guys before we start previewing Nashville, if everyone were healthy, what's your midfield?
Well, obviously, if everybody was healthy.
If everyone's healthy, even the guy who's dead, Dave Peruba.
I'll have Orahel. I'll have Acosta in my midfield, and you know what? Where's Sam Williams?
Yeah, I mean he's back with fire too. I think.
Yeah.
He did better than all these fucking bums.
My thoughts exactly. I was like, man,
Sam Williams did better than all these fucking bums. It's not the midfield. The midfield and the forwards are not the problem with this team. Take a look at this. Zink,
the midfield is
Bambo. Great enough forwards. Orahel, Pineda question mark. Guti should be more of a cam role or somewhere else. But if you had Sam Williams there and Acosta, that's been more than capable all season long. Pineda, Guti, Orahel, there was a drop off there, and I think it really has to do with Pineda. The defense, Glasgow, big drop off at wing back there. Sorry, Glasgow. He's an okay forward. Maybe a USL level forward, a good USL level forward. I don't know if he's MLS level quality quite yet. Maybe he can become.
I mean, he's doing a job, man. You got to give it up to him. He's doing a job.
You know what? You're absolutely right on that. He's out there doing a job, playing that wingback role, and being the stamina hog that they need back there. So, kudos to that for sure. But Teran falling apart.
Yeah,
Elliott,
he's done.
Elliott, I'm sorry, as you said, done. But Elliott, the whole Omar Gonzalez, the whole Lincoln Logs that is the center back line, That's where it all falls apart. Gutman, he's been serviceable. I've been critical, but he's been serviceable. Brady, more than serviceable. It really, the weak link in this club is not Greg Berhalter, the coach. It's not the forwards. It's not the midfield. It's not the goalkeeper. It's not the outside backs. It is circling that center back line. That
So
is
then
the biggest
do we
weakness
give
of
up
this club.
So then, James, do you give up the KDB dream for the Virgil van Dijk?
No.
No?
Oh, okay. Virgil van Dijk puts this team in a better position, maybe at the end of the season than KDB, but KDB puts you in a position to win.
Do you want a short-haired 40-year-old Sergio Ramos?
I'll take Sergio Ramos all day. I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no to that.
Nah, he's living his best life in Mexico.
Yep.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know. I don't even I jokingly brought up Evander earlier. Like, usually I have a wish list. Usually I feel like I'm not going to bitch about we need this kind of player unless I find, I know somebody I want instead. But as far as center backs, I have no realistic option in my mind. I have no idea how we're going to fix this. No idea. And then with the DPG left, we're never going to fix that.
And I guess go too.
Oh, no. All right. Prediction time. So the Fire are going to take on Nashville. It's in Nashville. Nashville is a decent team. Not a great team. Actually, where are they ranked right now? It's so early in the season, teams jump up and down. Anyway,
Nashville's been bad. Oh, they're sixth. They
started work. Yeah, they've been on a little bit of a tear.
They picked it up recently.
Oh man, we need this, man. We kind of, getting a draw and a loss at home really kind of puts the screws to you. Who is Nashville even? I don't even care anymore. Nashville, I can't remember who's on Nashville, but it doesn't even matter. This is a bad one. This is a bad one for us. We need it too bad. We're too injured, and we're on the road. If we win a fourth road game, though, I don't know what I'll do.
I think the Fire.
I don't know, man. This looks like a 2 or 3 to 1 loss.
I think the Fire can pull it off. 3-2.
Do you?
3-2. Especially just a little revenge game for them because they've been getting fucked with.
Well, all right. I hope you're right, man.
3-2 for Fire. Right back at them.
I hope you're right. I don't see it though. I don't see it. I'm worried about it.
All right.
God. What a weird episode tonight was, man.
It was amazing. The highs, the lows.
DPG apparently sends his love, everybody. He has those, what are they called? Kids.
And
so
I got these things called gonads, and I got to go.
All right, James, your penance. Tell them what to do with the like button.
All right, everybody, take that like button, fill it full of liquid, clear liquid, and then then make it all jello and like button blue. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next time of Enemies of the Fire. Subscribe for more. We're here every week, and we love it, and we love you. Comment below. What's your favorite part? And let us know the controversy. All right, bye.